Today, it's not gonna be just a little get ready with me where we're just gonna get ready and disappear. It's gonna be more where I'm gonna be spilling some big sister advice that I wish I would known in my 20s. This is Anastasia and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It would be really nice to share my expertise on all of the painful lessons that I learned that I wish nobody would experience. I do have some tea to spill, so that's why we prepare some matcha latte. First of all, my skincare. I did already prep my face with the Tier Milky toner that I'm really in love with. I'm a person who has dry and sensitive skin, and this is honestly, I think, like my 6th or 7th bottle. This is my go-to thing. I recommend to all of the girls who love Korean skincare, and in case if you also have a dry and sensitive skin like I do, this is your go-to thingamajig. We're gonna take those out. The next thing we're gonna go with ceramic cream. I'm in love with it as well. It's really thick and rich, and I kind of do like how hydrating it is. The core idea is that everything starts with who you are when nobody is watching. We're gonna go through many bullet points, and first of them would be taking care of yourself is not a luxury. That's a basic necessity that you should consider as a freaking priority number 1. Not your finances come first, not your work comes first. You definitely had the moment where you're feeling like, okay, I'm feeling kind of burned out. I don't know what is going on. Yeah, I'm feeling like fucking shit. When you're feeling like shit, your eating habits are crap. Your sleeping habits are crap. Your movement habits are crap. Literally giving self-care nights, non-existent. And I'm just literally telling that as a person who has been in a pretty big burnout because I've been prioritizing absolutely everything else instead of myself, because I thought, you know what, if I'm gonna have more money, I'm just gonna feel better about myself. If I'm gonna be skinnier, I'm gonna feel better about myself. If I'm gonna be prettier, I'm gonna feel better about myself. Hell nah. Money doesn't fix anything. Your job doesn't fix anything. Only you can fix yourself, and then everything else is gonna fix. I'm gonna use some SPF, the Beauty of Joseon SPF 50+. Girl, if you're feeling like crap right now, 100% you are. If you're not, good job. But if you're feeling crappy right now, this is kind of the moment where you should actually just stop and literally revise how your life is going like. Maybe you haven't been feeling happy by the work you do. Maybe you do not like your job. Maybe you do not like what you wear. Maybe you're just sticking to something that doesn't literally serve you, or you're staying in a toxic relationship. If you hate everything about your life, you should literally start getting your shit together. Fucking go take that shower. Make yourself a meal that you've been craving for, but it has to be like whole food. Make a whole bowl of rice with maybe a little bit salmon, maybe some vegetables, maybe some chicken, or anything else that you really love. Your habits do impact your life productivity. And I'm not speaking about that you should do like a 20-step skincare routine like somewhere in Vogue. I'm speaking about like basic necessities like eating healthy, daily movement, and what I think is a basic necessity is planning your day. If you are slacking on those 3 bullet points, that's the main reason why you're feeling bad. Fourth one I forgot, sleeping habit. You function better when you are rested, when you are well fed, and you are honestly mentally okay, and when your life is organized. And I'm actually just gonna give it to you a prime example. So I did have kind of a moment where I did fall into a burnout. I did grow my weight by about 20 kilos. Can you just imagine falling out of life for 1.5 years and just literally doom scrolling your whole life and just having like a whole routine-ish day where you just basically wake up, maybe you're gonna take a shower, or you're just gonna put a deodorant on. That's freaking disgusting. But you're also not gonna eat breakfast. You're gonna go into work. You're gonna hate your colleagues. You're gonna hate everything that you see about your work. And you're just literally gonna wish that this day didn't start. In 1.5 years, finally, I did wake up. I did have my well-rested moment of literally living this life of that most of the people do live. And I thought like, okay, I lost my job. I lost several of jobs. And some of them I left myself, and some of them I did get fired. And it is what it is, because you know what, I am a connoisseur choosing myself, and if I do not like something, I'm just gonna show a middle finger, and I'm just gonna be like, you know what, you can just go fuck off. I do not care about the money, I do not care about which problems I'm gonna have in the future, but honestly, I just do not choose myself to stay here because I start hating myself more and I feel more stressed out. I finally got a chance to breathe out and revise what is making me feel like crap. I finally woke up and I thought like, okay, you know what, I do not want to feel like shit. I want to feel good about myself. I want to feel confident about myself. Then what should I do that I'm going to feel more productive? One thing, I started slacking on my food. I started ordering a lot of takeout. Then I started literally not going outside at all. I started binging on doom scrolling. Free moment I get, I'm gonna grab my phone and I'm just gonna doom scroll my whole evening out. Oh, and also, my sleep was suffering that I've been sleeping by 3 or 4 hours per day, and when the weekend was coming, I've been sleeping like about 12 hours. So you do feel that there's kind of inconsistency about it. In case if you feel like, I'm feeling like crap, I don't know what to do, I need to somehow fix my life, girl, just first of all, start looking into your habits, because if you're not, the shit is gonna get worse and your health is gonna start suffering even more drastically that no amount of money will be able to fix it. Fix your food, fix your planning habits, which is very important, that in case if you're slacking on something, start planning your movement, start planning everything, like tiny meeny thing, so you can get finally into a habit of doing things. And I'm not gonna tell you that you're gonna feel better immediately after the first day. If you was like me and you were like in a dump for like a very long time, in a one day you're gonna feel so drastically better. But in case it was a short span of time, definitely you're not gonna feel better like in 1-2 days. But if in the long run, girl, you're gonna feel much better, and definitely your productivity levels are gonna rise up. Neglecting yourself always shows up later as your health starts suffering, your productivity levels stop suffering. You start literally just isolating yourself from all of the people around the world, and that doesn't serve you, girl. Self-care is just sleep, food, and boundaries. In the meantime, let me just try to put foundation, because I am so bad. I literally apply makeup and yapping at the same time, but I decided to literally get outside of my comfort zone and try something new. Using the Yves Saint Laurent Touche Eclat, and honestly I'm really in love with it. When you apply shimmering thingamajig on your face, it does look good though. Second point is, your energy is your real currency. First of all, you should start paying attention what honestly drains you and what makes you feel better. And this is where journaling comes in. And I'm speaking about not just the journaling that, oh yeah, I'm grateful for what I have. I'm not saying that you should not do it, but you should do it, because it does kind of lift your mood up. It does generate the extra endorphins because you're feeling kind of happier. But I'm speaking about like in-depth journaling, like shadow work, dumping all of your feelings on the sheet of paper. Any emotion that you're gonna experience during this moment, everything is okay. Any sort of emotion is okay. Journaling really does help to pay attention of what does drain your energy and not. For example, you're just hanging out with this girly friend that always brags about how she's better than everybody else, how she has a good life, and you're just feeling like, oh my god, I'm so jealous, why don't I have that life that she has? That's the person who's gonna drain your energy. If you're standing there with a person that you don't know and they speak about some sort of a topic that it just makes you uncomfortable, that's gonna drain your energy. You're working as a waitress in a job where your boss is treating you like fucking shit. And I did have that situation. In the end, it's gonna drain your energy. And you're just not gonna be glowing and happy and stuff. No, you're just gonna be a fucking miserable piece of shit. But that guy, he's gonna be all happy because he put all of his anger in you. Check and journal what is draining your energy. And draining your energy also can be you are forced to basically take care of someone that you should not to. I'm not speaking about when it comes to family members, but for example, a friend ask you to take care of their child, but you're a friend. There's no boundaries. I'm gonna say yes because that's my friend. Hell no. If that's draining your energy, why you should do it? I'm not saying to you that you have to be selfish and not agree to doing things to help people. This is kind of like a controversial one, but if you feel that you really don't want to do, this is the moment where you should set a boundary. Maybe just say to that friend that, you know what, it would be better that you find some other solution because I am not feeling comfortable with doing that because you're gonna drain your energy. And in any case, when it comes to literally uplifting your energy, this is something that you should also look into. Maybe you love swimming, maybe you love playing volleyball, maybe you just love drawing, or maybe you just literally just love yapping on camera and not even posting it. That's also okay. Nobody even checks what you do. My favorite thing that literally uplifts my energy, putting headphones on, blasting music so up, even though I'm alone at home, and I just love it. So find things that do uplift you in a way that you did not expect would, because this is actually going to make your life so much better. Not everything or everyone deserves your time or emotional reaction. So I did have a relationship previously, which was honestly quite toxic at all. And I thought, like, you know what? I should always protect myself. I should always stand by myself, and I should always literally say something back. How stupid I was. Oh, by the way, for contour, I'm using the Catrice Sun, the Melted Contour Bronzer, liquid bronzer. I thought, like, you know what? Yeah, I should stand everything by myself. I should bark like a fucking chihuahua bad because I'm standing my fucking ground. Hell no. Not everything really does deserve your reaction, and honestly sometimes this is actually gonna be a very painful one to hear for some people, but honestly people are more idiots than we expect they are. And honestly, in some sort of a way, I'm an idiot. If you're communicating with a stupid person, that person is still gonna try to provocate you, but he doesn't deserve a reaction. If you are right now in a relationship with an abuser, he does not deserve your reaction because he feeds off a reaction. Not everything you should invest your time, like fights, give your emotion into it. Do you feel that it just eats you up? There's nothing bad about speaking out, but in some cases you should actually just keep it to yourself. And this is not about shutting up or letting people walk over you, but it's more about just keeping your peace for yourself, because this is something that you should prioritize more than investing your energy into something that is not going to give you any sort of benefit, right? You had a fight with your friend and it has been totally unreasonable, but you feel so drained after it that you're just like, why did I invest my energy into it? I think you should handle it quietly. You should just stand your ground, say it like, you know what, I just really don't like it, and that's it. And if that person is not going to understand it, this is not your place to explain to them. Saying just I don't like it is more than fucking enough, because your boundaries should not be explained. You should not explain why you don't like something or why that something makes you feel uncomfortable. If a person does not accept that you're not feeling comfortable about something or you do not like it, fuck them. Sorry. Not sorry. You do not need to invest energy into those type of people, because they're still gonna drain you more. Or in any sort of situations, when it comes to work as well, you just fucking take your shit and walk away. Let them guess why you walked away. Their worries should not be your priority. Your peace should be more of a priority, because your energy is your fucking currency, period. And in any case, if you're also exhausted, you should not literally lay out all of the last bits of the energy that you have that you could just literally pour into something what is important for you. For example, taking care of yourself, or maybe you do have a dream that you want to pursue. You should prioritize the things which are more important to you, and you should be fucking healthy selfish. I'm not saying about that you should be selfish in a way that you should literally disrespect people. Just always be nice to people. That's my take into this topic. One more, what I think is also correlates to this, is that some people are just still gonna give less than you give. And that's okay. Because you know what? You cannot control their actions. You cannot control how they act. But you can control how much of a good person you are. And that does not mean that you should be good to everyone. If somebody crossed over you, you should just literally show them the middle finger and be like, you know what? You can go fuck yourself. I do not care. We're gonna actually go right now with blush. Honestly, I don't know why I'm actually just filming this, because I know a lot of opinions that I might say might be controversial. This is my first video after some time. Second one would be stop abandoning yourself to make others feel comfortable. And saying this as an ex-people pleaser, I think this was the hardest lesson and the hardest pill for me to swallow, because I've been this type of a person who has been like the yes man. If you watch that movie with Jim Carrey, I've been like, yeah, you know what, would you do this? Yes, of course I would do, because I want to be friends with you. I want to be so close to you. In the end, I did not end up being friends with that person, but I did do things that did make me feel uncomfortable. So if somebody asks you to do something that is not going to make you feel comfortable, girl, don't do it. So I'm just gonna give you a prime example of literally what saying yes to everything is gonna bring you in the end. I've been working in one place, let's say like beauty formula, right? I've been working there as an administrator. I'm just not gonna say names just because I do not want to bring bad vibes into my life. And I've been working there for 2 years. In 2 years, I did not take at least a week off. I did not take a vacation because the work was mainly online on my phone, so it does not really need a vacation. So I've been always saying yes to a lot of things, even though the salary did not pay me well. I did say like, yes, I'm gonna do that, yes, I'm gonna do that, because I really did want to be close to the director of that place where I've been working at, which made me do free labor, for which I could take money and earn more. But I didn't, because I've been this much of a people pleaser. And at one moment I've got sick. Like really sick, that my back was hurting. There was some problem with my organs. I don't remember how the name of that organ is in English. I said like, look, I'm feeling very bad. I'm not often asking for days off. I'm working like literally 7 days per week, which basically came to that point because of me saying yes constantly, and sick to that point that at night I've been calling an ambulance, and ambulance was taking me to the emergency so that they can put some kind of painkiller so that it just literally could take off the pain, because I could not get up, I could not sit down, it was that much painful, and I literally had to be glued to a bed for a whole week. And I asked that moment, I write to the director and like, hey, look, I do need a week off because I do need to rest because I am not feeling good. Yes, sure, of course, we can give you days off and la la la. But in the end, when it came to the real point of following the agreement, the director said, I'm not gonna do her work because there's nobody else who does my work. Even though we did agree that I'm gonna have my days off, I said like, look, because the confirmations are coming to my phone number, I'm just gonna confirm them. And you know what, when the masters were texting, the director said like, hey, look, can you please contact this person because maybe she can come earlier. There was like a 2-hour gap. And she said like, I do not have their phone numbers, but you're owner of the salon, you're the director, you are the number one person who should actually do the work if I am not there. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I do not want them to know this and this, and I do not want to do that, so please text her. But my colleagues are saying like, look, she's sick. It's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So the girls were contacting me like, hey, sorry, we know you're sick, can you call her or give us the number so we can just contact her? But basically, me saying yes to everything did lead to the situation when I needed the most of the rest. People were already got used to so much that I've been saying yes to everything, even though I did not feel comfortable with that in the end, it just became an okay thing that even though when I've been like literally feeling like I'm dying, I had to do the work. When you're saying most of the time yes to everything. Let's speak about the psychology behind people pleasing. Actually comes mostly from fear that you're gonna be disliked by somebody. And that was actually one of the fears that I also had, because I thought like, okay, if I'm gonna say no, people are gonna react negatively about it. In any case, if you're also in that situation, try to analyze and think, what is the core behind this action? Is it really that you want to do it just to be nice to people? Or is it that just because you're scared that you're gonna get some sort of a reaction or somebody is gonna like you less? And in any case, if you're gonna do something that you're more comfortable with, instead of doing something that they're more comfortable with, that's going to be the result that they're going to dislike you. That's not your type of a person, and you should just literally drift from them far away. By the way, I'm using the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder. I'm really in love with this one, but I have a technique just not to make it cakey, so we're going to use a brush. And also, this is like the goat hair brush. It's actually better when you use it under eyes because it takes in the product and it just very blurrily kind of gives it in onto your skin. The right people won't let you shrink. If you set your boundaries, they will make you feel that your opinion matters, and there's gonna be always a solution. In case if something makes you comfortable, they're gonna find a solution just to value your friendship. If somebody's gonna be there like, hey, I do not care about your boundaries, you should literally show that the middle finger to the person and be like, you know what, I am not even continuing our relationship, I am not continuing that conversation, goodbye, thank you very much for your attention, I'm leaving. And I'm not even entering back into your life, because if you do not respect my boundaries, why should I respect you being in my life? One more thing, which is very important, how it also might impact friendships and relationship with other people. If you do not have a relationship with yourself, you're not gonna have good quality relationships with other people at all. This is kind of like a situation, how you are treating yourself, this is gonna be how people are gonna mirror your energy. For example, to toxic relationships or toxic friendships, if there is a toxic person in your life, you should not giving yourself a question like, why did they treat me that way? Why is this happening to me? No, your question should be, what I'm doing to myself wrong that I am getting this sort of result that other people. This is kind of a very also a spiritual little point over here, that a lot of people might not believe in spirituality, but what energy you radiate, this is what kind of energy people are gonna shine back to you, because people are mirrors of other people. We kind of do soak in many different energies from other people, and this is what we're gonna radiate back. So if you do not have a relationship with yourself, you're not gonna know what you actually want. You're gonna do what actually looks good. This is actually what is not gonna be in the end a very good result for your life, because You're just gonna choose the job that you hate. You're not gonna chase your dreams. You're gonna wear what is trendy. You're not gonna do the things what you want because you honestly don't know yourself at all. How you can actually fix it? First of all, start spending time with yourself by doing things you actually enjoy. If you think like, okay, you know what, I just wanna paint. Find a paper, take a pencil, buy some paint, start painting. If you wanna vlog, start vlogging. There's nothing bad about dreaming and doing things that you actually want. Maybe you're 25 and you actually just wanna earn from being a volleyball player. Fucking do it. It's better to die knowing that you have tried instead of with the regret that you never tried it at all. When you do the things that you actually enjoy, you are gonna build that core trust that you have for yourself, and you know you're gonna be sure of your decisions that you're gonna do in the future. You're gonna be sure of the things that you're gonna say. Setting boundaries for yourself is actually gonna be somewhat easier. Be honest with yourself, even though it feels very, very uncomfortable. We have this saying in Russian: "Лучше сказать горькую правду, чем сказать сладкую ложь." Translating from Russian, it's better to say the bitter truth instead of saying a sweet lie. And most of the time, we're even lying to ourselves. This is something that kind of like a complicated thing to learn, because sometimes brain might trick you and be like, you know what, this is like the bitter truth that you would like to hear, but this true means sometimes sweet, but sometimes life is actually gonna send you situations where you're gonna be like, girl, you're just literally lying to yourself. Like, what the heck are you doing? Nobody else is gonna live your life instead of you. No relationship is forever. No friendship is forever. Nothing is forever. But your relationship with yourself, and the only person who's staying there is you. And I think the last one, which is most important to mention, you are the trend. You should not copy everyone else and what everyone does. Do not copy what else is doing. I do understand that social media nowadays is literally the driving machine for all of the trends. Like, oh my god, Mary T wears those Uggs and I should wear them too. Not because I freaking like them. They look so ugly, but I need to wear them too because all of the girls are wearing them. If you do not like those Uggs, but you like the loafers, choose the fucking loafers, because you're gonna be your own trendsetter than to copy everybody else is doing. And this is what I see also on social media. Every influencer literally started looking the same. Like, I'm speaking about the micro influencers, like all of these pink vibes, all of the pink apartment, everything looks the freaking same. There's no freaking originality. Not shaming them, everybody is different, but it's just that sometimes I go into social media and I just want to see something unique. Like, for example, you can see like Tara Yami, she has a totally different aesthetic, but she looks aesthetic because she is the freaking trend, and you should be too. If there's like all of the influencers are having a whole pink vibe with literally unicorns everywhere, then it means that I should do too, because that's literally influenced by social fucking media. But in reality, I do like baby blue and I do not like unicorn. You are the person who is so unique. By the way, I'm using the blush from She Glam, like a little pause, in the shade of Good Vibes. We were created so unique. Everybody has their own taste. Everybody has their own personality. Everybody is so different, and everybody has so many beautiful flaws. I'm speaking about the ugly things that make us beautiful. I do think that being not perfect is what makes you beautiful. But because somebody else is skinnier than you, or somebody else is wearing mini skirts but you can't because you're built some sort of other way, that does not mean that you should put yourself on a diet, because this is what makes you you. You are beautiful the way you are, and you should embrace that. If you're thinking like, oh wait, I do have those minuses, but she is perfect because she doesn't have them. Girl, she's not perfect, first of all. Secondly, you should not be her, because you are not her. You are you. Then why you should change yourself to fit some sort of standards that were built by society? I'm not saying that you should be like a disgusting person who disrespects everybody and who acts like a total fucking bitch. No, you should be nice to people. Be fucking nice to people, because that's what is gonna bring you further in life. You should follow what your gut tells you and what your heart tells you. Following every trend really does disconnect you from your own identity. You can't be the trend. You can't become the coolest person you ever be, because you're so authentic to yourself, and your authenticity is what is gonna make you the trend, because people are gonna start loving you for who you are. Start embracing yourself for who you are instead of trying to copy somebody else. You're still gonna have a friend circle who's gonna embrace you for the real person you are. Maybe you're an introvert, but your advice would be so precious that literally might be life-saving. Or maybe your real fashion sense and it's so unique that people are gonna look to you and be like, damn, she's good. She doesn't look like everybody else, but damn, I love her style. Following the trend is what is gonna make you basic. Following your own intuition and your gut and the things that you like is what is gonna make you trendy. And this is what is gonna make you so damn happy. Be a nice person to everyone, be yourself. And if you're following social media too much, girl, I think it's time for you to delete it and start following your gut. By the way, I've discovered a life hack from TikTok, how to make your lashes longer. So what I do, I literally take my mascara brush, I go from up to down, I let it dry like several times. Wait, the magic is gonna happen, okay? The magic is happening. And then I'm just gonna pull them up. Okay, I'm done. So my lashes do look kind of longer. I do have spider lashes. I just press my lower lashes, sorry. My English, it's like a situation when you're just communicating 4 languages at the same time. Fun fact about me, I do speak Russian, I speak English, I speak somewhat Dutch, my broken Dutch. And I speak Lithuanian because I live in Lithuania and I was born here. You're just gonna speak in English and go, but that thing over there, because you just do not remember the word in English language, so but you remember it in another language and you're just like, but wait, that's gonna be out of context if I'm gonna say it in this language, so yeah, that thing. And we're done. This is the end of our video. I'm really grateful if you watched this video till the end. If you watched this video till the end, please send this emoji in the comments. Or in any case, if you have some opinions, spill them in the comments. I would love to communicate with you. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And in the end, I'm in love with my makeup. I love you guys. Thank you for staying with me. And I hope you have the great rest of your day. And overall, I hope you just be your truest selves and literally trust your gut and choose yourself because, darling, you are precious.